this is Pia again, and I'm getting ready to refinish this nice wrought iron stand. Well, it's got a little rust on it, and a little miscellaneous paint here and there, but I got it at a garage sale for only $5, and this is going to fit perfectly with the 20 long. This will either do a 29, an aquarium 29, or it'll do two of them, or it'll do two 20 longs. I just happen to use the aquarium because they're with the Petco $1 a gallon sale. And to refinish this one, it doesn't have a lot of rust on it, but to clean it up and rough up the surface so that the new paint will take, I just have here a wire brush. And then once we wire brush it all over, then I'll wipe it down with this old towel, and then I'll spray it with this Rust-Oleum. I like this forged hammer. It works very well on something that's been pre-painted and you might have little bits of marks in it, or there's some damages, and it just doesn't show with that. And you can get this in a flat or a satin, and the top will tell you if it's a flat or a satin or a gloss. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I've turned the stand upside down, as you can see. Okay, and there goes my poodle Truffles. She's having fun. Hey Truffles, are you chasing lizards? Lizard. So she's having fun chasing lizards. Okay, so I'll show you what I'm gonna do here. I just put my foot on it while it's upside down, and I'm doing this with one hand, and just have to work it a bit. It's not a lot. What needs to flake off will. And so just work it. It's easier with two hands. And you can see it's not flaking off bad. It's really pretty clean. I did most of this except for a few little areas like this. So you can get an idea of just how that brush will work and clean off. I see there's some loose paint in here, and I want to get that out. And you can see down here where it's starting to build a little bit. So we'll just keep working on that. Okay, starting to feel pretty good. So I'll go ahead and continue this, and then I will show you the next process. So next, I'm just going to go ahead and use this to wipe down the stand, get any dust that might be left on it off. And by using the wire brush, we have roughed up the surface so the new paint will stick well. You can also use a product called liquid sandpaper, and that works great in a situation like this too. You just put it on and let it dry. So that's another option you have, is to use the liquid sandpaper. So okay, so we're going to start here on the bottom, spraying it and getting it started so that when we flip it over, we don't have to, we'll flip it over when we're ready to finish the top. That way we won't damage the top trying to do the bottom. So we're working from the bottom up on this particular job. Okay, and I've got my paint here. I really like this one. This is the burnished amber. I've already done a 55 gallon in this. Go ahead and shake this up well. And also, by starting on the bottom, it's good because if you don't see the paint coming out the way it should, it gives you an idea here what it should look like. Okay. If it's not coming out like that, you've got a little bit of time to practice and make it better than it might be. So we'll finish shaking this up a little bit. And make the camera shake all over the place. So let's go ahead and get this started. And there's a safety pin on here, so let me take that off. Ta-da! Off. Okay, so just do a little test. There we go, and you can see how that reacts. It's pretty cool. It makes a nice finish. It's working out real nice. There, see that? That is so cool. That'll give you that forged look. We'll come along. There we go. So that'll give you an idea of how this forged, it kind of makes like a bubbling reaction, and then it makes the metal look really good. So do this rail here. Okay, there it goes doing its little bubble thing. So that's why it's good to start in the bottom. One, you don't damage the top when you flip it over to finish it. But two, it gives you a chance to see if your paint is coming out the way you want it to look. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this part, and then we'll finish the top. We'll watch that bubble up. Well, I've finished spraying most of the stand underneath and right side up, and it's coming out really nice, and it has that hammered kind of look to it. It's just something that works. It's got a little sparkle in it. You put it in the room, it really doesn't stand out as much. It's just a very neat, clean look. I just like it better than the flat black that maybe the aquariums, that the aquariums come with. So now I went ahead and I put one coat on the top bar here, but I'm going to go back through and put another one. And then we'll come back again a little slower. And then that should give me my hammered look, because this had a lot of pitting in it from the previous type of paint they used. They used like a cement looking, and it had a bunch of different colors in it. So now we'll go ahead and we'll do this piece here. There we go. All right, and we'll get this side of it also. There we go. So there, that looks good. And it has that really neat effect on it. And we could use just a little more here. And it won't hurt it. It'll just give it that really neat hammered appearance. And it's just a nice look that finishes it off, considering it was a $5 wrought iron stand. And for $5, and this can of paint was $7.88 at Lowe's. For $13 and change, I think that's a good looking stand. And I also checked it for any damage, made sure it was solid, the welds were good on it, and they were. There wasn't any major rust on it. And I don't mind it having a little bit of character. It works for me. So thanks so much for stopping in and watching this video. There's many more to come, and I appreciate your support. Please subscribe and like, and may there be peace and happiness in your world.